Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiritual Sisters podcast. It's Gabrielle Celeste, your favorite spiritual sister. I probably should stop saying that, as we begin every episode, but it's just habit at this point. Welcome to one of the last few episodes of 2025. You guys, I am so excited because we have our most highly requested guest returning with us. It's our dad. Hi, Dad. Welcome to the show. Welcome back, I should say.
Hello, everyone.
So it was kind of like, twisting his arm a little bit for him to show up, but I really feel like just a little bit. There was a little bit of incentive included there, but
keep my hair short, so she doesn't grab it by my hair and drag me in here. So,
yep. Aw, no, seriously, Dad. Everyone was like asking for you to come back because they enjoyed so much of the stories that you shared back on episode 6, which was, can you believe it, almost 3 years ago?
Wow.
I know. We've been
flies. Time really flies.
It really flies. We've been recording and doing the show for nearly so the podcast is 3 years. My business is going to be 4 officially in April. And I've been reading psychically, Dad, for almost 5 years.
Wow.
That's insane.
That way. It just seems like it was just yesterday.
I do think, we're going to get into this and you're like, what are we talking about today, Gab? Like, what are we doing? And it's going to be a very casual conversation, but I do wanted to ask real quick, and before we go into your astrology and the things we've kind of mentioned in the previous episodes, but do you feel like psychics, because you're very psychic, even though you're very humble about it and you won't outwardly say that, but do you feel like psychics actually have a different relationship to time? Because doing as many readings as I've done, I feel like we do, because we're able to dimension hop in the sense of we can see far out into the future.
Explain that as far as time goes.
Yeah, well, think about it. How I'm always asking you psychic questions like, Dad, let me know, yes or no, without any context, or how long do you think before this happens? And it's almost the same idea of us being able to jump into the future or look retroactively, but also it feeling like, damn, 5 years ago was fucking yesterday,
Well, for me, I don't know. I guess you could say I have the luxury of shutting it off or just not paying attention to it. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Something just almost grabs me, and but most of the time you've seen me many times, it's I'm brooding. It's just stuff coming in. I kind of just push it all aside, some of it aside, but you figure a lot of things out. But as far as time, I think maybe how can I put this? The older I get, well, maybe I have time in my hands because I was always working and busy, so I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. I was able to figure a lot of things out when I had my business about certain people, about what to do and what not to do, and I do that. I still do that. I'm not blowing smoke up my ass, but I could pick you apart in a heartbeat. All it takes is one word. And then it all comes in.
Okay, that is actually one of my dad's profound gifts. So, Dad, you've kind of seen us all on this process. You saw me go through major transitions, and I feel like you saw, and I feel like we learn a lot about each other. The audience knows that we live together. I live with you, move back home and all the things.
That's fine.
But I feel like we've learned a lot about one another and continue to, especially within the psychic space. And that's actually one thing that I really have noticed that you and I have similarities between, but also differences, is how we read psychically. So for example, your third eye is very expansive in the sense you see apparitions of people, you see beyond the veil, you've seen the devil. Go back and listen to the episodes, friends, number 6. And one of the things that, and maybe this is the Virgo in you, that you do quite well is you're literally able to look at a person and you know exactly what they're all about.
Yeah. Pretty much, but I don't try, and I don't go down. I don't walk or drive down the road or whatever, looking at people, pointing. I don't do any of that. It just comes in. If you ask me a question, it comes in. If not, it's not. If someone's having a conversation with me, but I don't pry into that either. I kind of stay out.
Do you feel it, or do you see it, or do you know it?
All of them.
All of them? It's just coming at you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All of them. It's just like when you asked me here a couple of years ago where am I going to end up, and I said Coronado, and that
You
was
did.
long before you even thought about it. And you said,
Mhm.
and that was strong.
Mhm.
That was just a real strong emotion feeling that came in. It just boom, it kind of hit me.
Mhm.
So I knew that was there. But I mean, I don't think any psychic or any person that is, it's a gift, is what it is. And,
Mhm.
some people say it's a gift, goes against God's will, but I was just reading the Bible. It's a gift.
Mhm.
I
So
mean,
wait,
how
is it
can,
mentioned in the Bible?
yeah, I'll look it up here, because I was reading it, read here a while back. The Catholic Church will go against it.
Mhm.
Um, but they go against a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's all. It's a lot of it's control. You know that they don't want you to do this, you want to do that. It's control.
Yeah.
But it's a gift.
Do you feel like everyone has this gift? Because even I've had this conversation, like, "Nah, not everyone's got this." Uh,
I I think they may have. I don't. That's a good question because I've never had that asked before. However,
you can be honest.
people, I think people might be afraid of. Well, I use this word. They might say, "Oh, this guy's full of shit. These people are crazy." You don't think
Fucking
of that.
quacks,
That's
right?
yeah, yeah. This fun guy's out there. He's on drugs or some shit. Um,
But
but
I
that's what they may say.
but
But
not to cut you off, but, like, when
mm,
you're on drugs,
mm,
I feel like that's taking you to another dimension.
it does.
Mhm.
It does. I mean, when you're at your weakest point is when Satan comes in, and
Mhm.
he's always around. He's
Mhm.
just a problem child, and he's waiting. He's always there. He's always messing with you. And when you're
Mhm.
at your weakest, that's when he's there. He wants you to totally destitute. That's his thing. He loves that,
Mhm.
But you just have to feel for it.
So, you mentioned in the other episode, so just for background context, friends, my dad's a Virgo sun, Cap moon, Leo rising, so very much masculine alpha male. That
Little OCD to go with that
oh,
too, as well.
little OCD, yeah,
Little
for sure.
OCD. Mhm. Which I
But
don't think is a bad thing for someone or anyone.
no, I don't think so either.
I mean,
I
I think
actually
there's. Excuse me, daughter. I think what these labels they put on people,
Mhm.
it shocks people. But they're all gifts. Everything, down and out. When you're feeling good, they're gifts. And one thing that what you said, which really, when you first mentioned, I thought, wow, I couldn't understand it. But you said this world is an illusion. It kind of is in a sense.
Oh, you agree with me? Milagro.
I'm not. I mean, I'm warming up to the idea, but yeah.
Okay. Well, you see past the illusion because so in the other episode, I really stress going back and listening to this, friends, and obviously I'm excited, and this is why I'm getting like downloads and talking so quickly, which is I guess my normal state. But you had mentioned like, some of the crazy shit that you've seen, which is quite literally you seeing beyond the veil. And I don't know that we necessarily mentioned this story. I mean, you had mentioned you saw Satan like just prancing off of I think it was like was it Arizona or Granada Hills? Somewhere
No,
here
I
in
was down in Chino.
Chino, yeah, okay.
He was in Chino,
Yeah, so you
Colin
had
Chino area down there.
just
This was going back a few decades before it was all developed.
oh,
Now you go down there. I mean, that was damn near 30 years ago.
yeah,
So a lot of it's developed right where. I mean, I can't take you exactly where I was, but I know, a pretty good pinpoint. Not excuse
yeah,
me. I mean, I know where I was, and I was looking at like the silhouette of the mountains. But I mean,
mhm,
but still, it doesn't make a difference what's developed or not. It was there.
yeah,
I mean, it could pop up anywhere, and just because it was, I'm assuming it was Satan.
What makes you think it wasn't? The way you described it, I was like, "Oh, no, that's the devil."
Crimson red,
Mhm.
flying down the road. I mean, just yeah, it's crazy.
Well, you had mentioned that story, and then I don't think we got to the one where you were in Eloy, Arizona, which we won't state for reasons in which you were out there, but
No, I'm not
honestly
afraid I'm not ashamed of any of that.
No, you're not. I mean, it's
I'm
up
not
to you if
ashamed
you
of any
wanna
of that.
share that,
No, I mean,
but
it was part of my life.
it makes you you got the gangster street cred that you got as a result
Well,
of it.
that was at the end of my collegiate
God-fearing
years.
years.
Getting
Uh,
ready to graduate.
uh, okay, we're gonna talk about that, but one of the things that you said that you saw was, like, this literal apparition of a dude, like, during Jesus's time, like, that's seeing beyond the veil,
Mhm.
and he just
It
was like, "Oh,
was.
you can see me?
Mhm. Yeah, he looked right
Milagro."
at me. Yeah, I was in Eloy. I was
Fucking
at
e
a federal detention, being waited to be. If you can imagine, all as out of a topic as this is right now. I mean, there's a lot of
Mhm.
controversy. Being waited to be deported, and I was an American citizen. Yeah, that's where I was. That's some crazy shit.
Like, dude, you have
And
the best stories of, like,
that was,
de
you know,
dealing with La Pinta when
that
we
was.
were all going you were basically just trying to catch a fish, like, my dad's a fisherman, just in case we didn't share that, but it's
It
you
kind of started with that. That kind of opened Pandora's box, and
Mhm.
and I have a well, I don't teasing my mom and whatnot when she was around about stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, they're the way they treat these immigrants, or call them where undocumented, call them whatever you want. They treat them with royalty as comparison to the way they did back then. I mean, you see it, and I don't want to get too political here, too deep
We're
into
not a
this.
political
No,
podcast.
mm-mm. um, it's just they treat them a lot better now. Just because they pick them up and take them away, they were, you see that now, but they were worse back then. It was worse.
So, I feel like Eloy I think Arizona in general, but, like, the
Mhm,
San Bernardino counties,
mhm,
Arizona, I really feel
mhm.
like it's a portal and a vortex, but during the times in which you were a God-fearing man and locked up,
I
so to
wasn't a
speak,
God fearing man.
you weren't in that
I
time.
was not. Well, if I was a God fearing man, I would have said, "Fuck this." I don't want this.
Well, did you learn that? Would you say that your spirituality was highly developed and deepened during your time while you were locked up? Because spirituality and astrology is in the 12th house, and so is prison, and I feel like prison is a really spiritual experience
I don't. It was
outside
there.
looking
It
in.
was strong. I mean, I didn't. I was fighting with the demons and the devil, fighting with a lot of the unknown.
Mhm,
However, I didn't pay too much attention to it.
mhm,
I wasn't running around, telling everybody.
mhm.
I wasn't beating on the Bible. Telling people you should be doing this. I don't do that. No, I won't do that now. I refuse to do that.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm more in tune with it now.
Yeah.
As far as I've mentioned to you in the past, it would be nice, which I could probably do, but I just don't want to put the effort into. Is I should have done this years ago. Started reading the cards.
You're doing it
Flipping them
now.
around. I do it on it, but I mean, there's a special way of doing it. I mean, I've seen many years ago when I used to go see the Brujas, or how they did it, and I had one she was great. She was
Josie.
actually she was second best. My aunt was
Oh.
good.
Mhm.
My aunt was good at the one that passed. She lived in Stock. She was really good at it. But the best one I remember was right here in Santa Paula. This lady from Mexico. Man, she was really good. But Josie hit on a lot of stuff. She told me 30 years ago, that's before. She probably told me 40 years ago
Mhm.
what's coming to pass now in my
Mhm.
life. And
Mhm.
it has some of the things that I mentioned to you. Not everything, but a lot of things that I did mention to you. I have mentioned to you.
Yeah.
And it's not a precise, if you want to call it a science,
Yeah.
but it is true. And a lot of
Do you
people, they treat you like excuse me, daughter. They treat you like you're a joke. Like, this guy's nuts. These people are crazy. They can't tell the future.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of it's like everything else in life. It's envy, jealousy, the not knowing. Could be scared, the not knowing of it, or they just don't want to believe in it. You know, it's just like you tell people, do you believe in people from outer space? I do. Aliens? Yes, I do. 100%.
Oh my god, the
Hundred
fucking
percent, I do.
aliens.
Yes, they're around us. But now, what you said may be the truth. You said they're fallen angels. They may be fallen angels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you start looking at that, but um, I think the government knows more than they're saying because people can't handle it. They'd freak out. I mean, there's right
Mm-hmm.
now there's a lot of them. Everybody seems like every culture, or not every culture, excuse me, every generation is not all of them because there are a lot of stand-up people, but it seems like it's getting weaker, or just their beliefs are different. Their way of thinking is different.
I feel like there was so much there that I can process and like divide up into three different questions, but I'm going to start with so your experience. I definitely want to talk about aliens and I want to talk about giants. And that was actually one of the things that I was like,
You mean the Nephilim?
well, you read a lot and you
Mm,
were like, Gab, like there's no way this wasn't like a statue or a giant or like
the
some type
tree?
of the trees. Yeah. Like if you look at what big statuesque, like not even redwoods, but ancient trees, it looks like previous civilizations had been here.
If you read, you know, Adam and Eve,
Mm-hmm.
they were very tall.
Like
They were
giants.
like about 15 foot tall.
What?
Yes,
That's
yes.
disturbing. I'm like, no, no. I believe it though.
Okay, let me ask you a question here.
Oh, okay.
I think of it.
Okay.
Adam and Eve. Where was the Garden of Eden? On Earth or in heaven?
I don't know, but Eve wasn't the first lady. It was actually Lilith, and that's not mentioned in the Bible. Lilith? Exactly. The Bible's been rewritten so
Well, I
many different
understand that.
times.
I believe that. I mean, you know, every word is it's defined differently. Yeah, I understand
Hmm.
that. But the concept of it is there. Is the Bible true? Yes, it is.
Hmm.
Yes, 100%.
I'm. I mean, I don't know if it was here, if it was in a different dimension.
I've never heard that.
Lilith?
No,
Yeah, you got to
never
look up
heard.
her lore. She's a baddie.
Well, a lot of
Lillith.
women are baddies. You know,
Okay.
they got that evil element to them. I don't know. There's kind of.
Evil. I wouldn't say that. Okay, so going back to your time in La Pinta.
Mm,
Am I saying it right?
mhm.
Okay. Do you
Pinta.
La Pinta? I mean,
Yep. Just say the pinta.
the Pinta.
Pinta,
Um,
right.
so just observing you and like watching how you receive information, you really don't have to try. Whereas like I definitely had to put effort in to kind of figure out what was going on when, it was coming to me. Do you think your experience during that time is what made you more observant, or do you think that naturally came to you and had always been that way? Because the way that you receive information through your third eye is quite fascinating to observe, and it's almost kind of like your eyes get a little bit glossy and you're really just getting like clear images, not even like projector movie style in front of you. It's like right in front of you.
Let me think about that for a minute. No, I think
Mhm.
I'd pay more attention to it now that
Mhm.
you are kind of involved. You've asked me questions. I mean, kind of refer back to what I said earlier in the conversation. I have the luxury of just shutting it off and not, okay. I don't let it, I
Uh,
don't, but um, I think it's fascinating. I think it's beautiful. I think, you can, you really can if you really, I don't know, you know how I feel about, when you say about books, how people say that they say this and this and that. Like, books are knowledge. Knowledge is power.
mhm.
However, that's something that just may be their own personal opinion.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like we haven't never gone around, but you tell me, Dad, this is what I signed up for, and I keep telling you, I can't believe I signed up to be treated like this or the way I act. I can't believe I spoke to God, sent me back, I want to be this way. What the hell? Kind of, what am I crazy?
Is it because you've had a tough life? Do you mean it from that perspective?
No.
No, what do you mean it for?
Well, let me think about that for a second. As far as me having a hard life,
Mhm.
mm, I kind of don't mind that in a sense.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't, because it builds character in a person. I mean, hard work. I mean, I like to work. Work I liked. I used to like to work. I really did. It didn't bother me. I mean, it didn't bother me. We all complain about it, but all in all, yeah,
So
I
you
miss
did
people
sign up for it.
there again.
I signed up for this shit. Even though I think it's ghetto down here, I know I signed up for it.
Well, the earth is beautiful.
Mhm.
The world is beautiful.
Mhm.
God's creation, God's creatures, His pets, they're beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful, if you look at them. It's funny, and it's humanity that screws things up. It's not
Mhm.
the earth. When I say the world is cruel, it's hard. Well, the world is hard. I mean, if you're out in the wilderness and someone, well, I must take a bite out of you. Yes, of course it's harsh and cruel, but they're living by their guidelines. What God created them to do, survive, and they only eat what they take.
Mhm.
That's what they in humanity. No, we're a bunch of, in a sense, we're awful.
Mhm.
We really are.
Yeah, I think there's definitely like a light and a dark side to everything. That's the polarity and that's the balance. And I really feel like I don't think we've had this personal conversation, but like I believe we came down here for our souls to continue to evolve. And I said this the other day, and you're just like, Gabby, what the fuck? Like he didn't say those words exactly, but I was like, Dad, like, isn't it kind of wild? Because we both agree that souls are immortal. But isn't it kind of wild to think like, if you really think about it, this my bodies from previous lifetimes are scattered across the earth, and my soul just like comes in and out, different reincarnation cycles as it needs to.
You know, the devil, Satan, plays a lot in this world. A lot of some of the thugs. He's a trickster.
He is a trickster. That's a shamanic term.
He is. He's a joker. This guy. He'll do a lot of things to make you think it's all good, and it's just him.
Mhm.
It really is. When someone mentioned it, he he'll make you miss if you're a pious person or somewhat pious person. You miss going to church on Sunday if you do choose to do that.
Mhm.
Um, it's it's unbelievable.
So, one of the things that you actually pride yourself on is, and you say this like at random, you're a very grounded human being. And I feel like a lot of earth signs just have this very natural aspect and quality to them, which is kind of annoying for me as a very watery human being. What are some of the ways in which you are like, how do you stay grounded? And do you have any spiritual practices, much like your morning routine, if you want to share that?
I don't hate anyone.
Mm-hmm. You don't give your energy away?
It's a very destructive emotion. It doesn't supersede love. Love is the strongest emotion there really is. For love, you'd give everything.
Mm-hmm.
You'd give your life, even if you didn't know someone, for love. And it is a form of love if you were to save someone, you were to perish. But um, you know what I do? I get up and I read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like saying that because it's you're not supposed to boast, but I read it. I feel bad for a lot of things. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I see certain people that have done real well. I'll use one for instance. Just say Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, I've never been a big
Love him.
soccer fan, but I just kind of see some of the clippings on Facebook and whatnot, and to see where he's come from a young man. And I thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, God, for him for putting
Mm-hmm.
him on this earth. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he is personally, maybe, but from what I see, I think it's fantastic. There's other ones. And when you see him in his car and his jet and so I think it's great. I think it's beautiful, and I don't envy anybody like that. I don't envy
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that way, because if with envy comes, then starts the hate. Hell, God give him more. There's a reason for everything.
So you don't give too much of your energy away, and you do have that very like sacred time to yourself every morning. Those are very grounded practices.
I enjoy waking up 4:35, have my breakfast, sit there, read a little bit, and then that what I was before. I'd be in the gym at 6:30. Now I'm kind of waiting. It gets a little bit warmer. I could actually go. I just don't want to. But yeah, it's doesn't require a lot. You'll see in time. Right now I won't be here, but you require a lot less when you get older. Well, I say it for certain people. You require less, and you start giving a shit about a lot less.
Do you feel like you ever fight your spirituality? I mean, you've mentioned you've been angry with God before, and maybe they, I don't think there's a gender involved, has been angry with you or disappointed. But do you feel like there's any aspect of you that kind of fights that now in the years of experience that you have here on this planet?
The more I read into it, and the older I get, and think what I've experienced, I'm coming to this term. A lot of that is Satan.
Mm, darkness.
A lot of it is, because there's times you could even. I think every person on this earth, there's times when you're sitting there, they're sitting there by themselves, and they're comfortable,
Yeah.
and there's no anger. They're just comfortable,
Hmm.
and there's no hate towards anybody. But then
D-
again, there's other times that just out of nowhere, just there's a ray, it comes in there. That's not chemical imbalance.
yeah.
I don't believe. I think it's just these idiots messing with you with your insecurities, whatever, call it what you will. Ain't
Do you do you feel like because you are quite perceptive, that you have to, for your energetic health and boundary, kind of distance yourself from people who have bad vibes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know that. So I refuse to talk. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with one of your friends this morning at the gym. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it was Leslie.
Oh,
It was just a
okay.
brief conversation. I just told her. I said, why? She says, all these this. I said, for me, it's an easy fix, Leslie. I said, I just don't talk with them.
Mhm.
It's not that I dislike them. I just say, I just don't speak with them. And it's not that I'm being. I guess you could say I'm being unsociable.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is. I don't want to waste. I choose not to.
Right.
And especially if they've done me in where they're not being I don't know, it's just the way they are.
Yeah. How do you set apart knowing the messages you're receiving are intuitive versus from fear?
Oh, well, I think that's an innate feeling that
Fear?
you get. Sure, fear's good. Keeps
Oh,
your wits up.
okay. I
Keeps your
wasn't expecting that. Please say more.
Fear is a good emotion to have.
Why?
Keeps your wits sharp. Keeps your mind thinking.
Hmm. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if I agree with that. I think I don't understand it. Like, I guess we maybe use it as a different type of guidepost.
Maybe okay. Maybe let's say fear. I mean, it's a word, made up word, but it describes an emotion. Um, Awareness.
Mhm.
Okay, let me ask you this and be sincere.
Mhm.
Uh, are you afraid to die?
No. No. I think I'm more um I don't want to leave this planet feeling like I haven't done what I need to do. And I think from that perspective, I don't want to not live my life to the fullest. And I think that's where fear can hook onto me. But I know that there's life after this incarnation. So I don't fear it, much like I did actually when I was before like my spiritual awakening, honestly. I think before then I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so fearful, blah blah blah." I didn't really know or believe too much because it was coming more from like the Catholic lens, and I feel like there's a lot of natural fear that's integrated into that system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I just don't want to come back and we have to do this again. I think it's more emotionally abusive to be a soul in a human body than it is just to be a soul not attached to any type of physical, like physical body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you expecting that answer?
No, I didn't. Oh, I'm just curious. I didn't.
Yeah.
Do you think it's hard to get into heaven?
No. I think I think every soul has their own
Destiny?
contract. Yeah, it's what they signed up for, right? I do think
No, I don't know that. Again, we
yeah, you don't know
right.
that, right? This is the thing that we're going back and forth. My dad's
Right.
still dancing with this, right?
Yes.
Um, I'm curious, like, what the souls that have done really shitty things, like, were, what that looks like for them if they get the chance to reincarnate, or if they have to reincarnate, like Hitler, for example. Like, where does his soul go, right?
Straight to
Um,
damnation.
yeah, I have personally, I have a really tough time agreeing with more of the religious perspective of what happens upon death
You
than
think you'd be in purgatory? Isn't
it's
there
not
another?
even
There's not a there's not purgatory. There's another one.
perdition.
Perdition. There you go.
Hmm.
That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah. I have a hard time with any of the religious constructs, especially after, and I mean, we've talked about this in the past, and I think even on the previous episode, I don't agree with the church, especially after everything they did with the children and the homosexual priests. I think priests should be married. I think they're denying a certain part of themselves by not being able to have intercourse as a human being. I don't agree with a lot of the rules that are imposed upon followers of the church from the Catholic perspective. And I don't think I need to relay my past transgressions or what I'm struggling with to an imperfect male human because I'm told I have to. So there's not just one thing that I see. Also, like, and this is actually another thing too. There's a lot of hypocrite in the church, honestly, and there's not one person that I know that's gotten married in the church that hasn't had sex before marriage. So
Well, I think who puts?
I'm like, don't get me started in Catholicism. I've read the Bible. I'm
There's
ready. I'm coming with facts. I'm a Cancer.
yeah. Well, a lot of it's brought on by religion.
Yeah, it's a lie. Not all of it. I do appreciate and respect what I grew up with, but still.
It's you know, you know.
I mean,
I
it's
don't
also like, not to cut you off, Dad, but like it's fucking dumb. Like we went to so many of the churches to get my nephews baptized, and even with like Nicole, like they wouldn't allow it because you guys
That's
weren't married.
their guidelines.
Yeah,
That's their
exactly.
guidelines. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I had a. It happened to me with one of the fathers at Saint Sebastian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you want to
it
share that.
happened to me. I saw the hypocrisy there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's judgment.
it is.
Do you think you're a judgmental human? I feel like judgment comes from the negative side of us.
Can be. Have been. Am I now? Oh, actually, I like. I like laughing. I have
Okay.
a different sense of humor,
So
sarcastic sense of humor.
you're judging people from that perspective?
Well, yeah, I'm being cynical, I suppose. Yeah, in a
Yeah.
sense, I laugh at shit. I mean, people do some stupid shit. We're all guilty of that. But life, it's different at this age.
Yeah. Say more about that.
Kind of like it
Because you have the wisdom and expertise and the years of experience?
because I don't give a shit about our things anymore.
Yeah.
And you know what the worst thing about for me? What the
Hmm.
worst thing about getting old is? I think it would be top of your head.
Physical feeling? The health?
Close. not enough health. I'm pretty healthy, I think.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
You are.
doing all right for my age. I mean, I'm not, you know, everything's working, everything's functional.
Lack of testosterone. What?
The weight gain, a little bit of the weight gain.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah, the
But
slowing down the body, which is physical. But other than that, no, I don't mind it.
yeah, oh
No, I
man,
mean, I really don't.
the
I mean, you can't do
episode
anything about it.
the episode we just dropped the week before, I
Mhm.
recapped everything I did from 2018 to be the psychic that I am today, and it was wild how much my physical body played a role throughout that entire process. And Brandon and I were even talking about it. It's like at all times we're always carrying, thanks dad and mom, over 100 pounds of muscle. So like we have very much like athletic builds, but
Mhm.
like I think we can unanimously agree, and everyone in the family is like, if we don't feel good in our bodies, like we're not showing up as the best versions of ourselves. So for sure.
Well, you you have to.
Yeah,
I
you get one
mean,
body.
your body. I mean, you just have to. It's a machine. It's think of it as that. I mean,
Mhm.
if you don't take any pride or any outlook on yourself, I mean, if you don't give a shit about yourself, I mean, I'm not saying you have to be out there look like Adonis all the time. I mean, caring
Oh,
for yourself.
Brad Pitt, dad, back in his heyday,
Mm. He's a good looking guy.
Adonis. Yeah, he
He's a good
is.
looking man. Yeah, he's a good looking guy. Yeah, there's a
Mhm.
lot of, but yeah, and he looks. I think he looks okay now.
Mhm.
He looks okay. I mean, some of those. I mean, yep. Uh, but what they go through is harsh.
Mhm.
All the makeup and weight gain, loss gain. Where he looked good, I thought he looked good 2 times. I thought he looked good in Troy.
Mhm. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
He looked good. He looked really good. He was
Mhm.
all. You could see in some of his movies prior to that coming out. You could see the transition, the transformation coming around with the thick neck.
Mhm.
And he was on some type of supplement.
Yeah.
It was regulated by a physician, 100%. It just wasn't off the streets. That was
Yeah.
all. They get that all done, so you could see it coming on. He looked good then. However, he looked good in. He looked good in that movie.
Fight Club?
He looked okay. A little lean. No, the one that Guy Ritchie.
Uh, Ocean's 11?
No, he was a
Oh.
boxer.
I don't
It
know.
just I saw here he had a real crazy Irish accent or when he's making that movie. He looked good there. He looked
Mm.
really good. Yeah.
Okay, so question, just because we've been talking about physical health and that's been a theme for the last couple of weeks on the show,
Hmm.
do you feel like your physical health has in any way for you impacted your relationship to spirituality, to your spirituality? Because for me, I know it has.
Mm, I'm gonna tell you something.
Mhm.
There's many times that I'm sitting here and I'm thinking. I'll tell anybody this. I mean, whoever's listening on this podcast right now. The hardest thing about training, I don't call it working out, it's training because you're
Mhm.
training, is getting through the door at the
Mhm.
gymnasium, wherever your gym is. That's the hardest part of it. Get in there and go to work instead of going there socializing and going there. I mean, that's why I don't. I mean, you can say, "Hey, how you doing?" But I mean, if you're training, you're training.
Mhm.
There's many times I'm sitting here and the little voice thinks, "Here, get up and go. You got to get up and go to train. Get up and go."
Mhm.
I just hear it inside me. I'm gone. But over the years, it's like I mentioned to you and Brian. It isn't a trend. It's a lifestyle.
Mhm.
Make it a lifestyle.
Mhm.
You don't have to get out there and go 100% all the time. Well, but it's rewarding.
Yeah, I
Keeps you
think
out of
so.
the doctor's office if a lot of times. Keeps you from taking medication. Keeps you. My fear in life is, if you want to call it fear, I just don't want to be having you and my daughters wiping my ass when lose all sense of dignity. The
I
slab
mean,
working
I
on my
totally
muffins.
would.
No, 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 no. No. I'd
My
rather be
dad's old
dead.
school.
I'd rather be dead and gone. That's
So,
it.
Okay, actually, I wasn't expecting you to say that particular thing. I think what you and I both cannot stand and avoid, like the plague, is actually having our blood drawn. Needles.
Well, I don't like needles. I really don't care for them. And once I get a couple of me, then I'm all right. But just the thought,
You have anxiety going
I
there.
don't like them. I guess white coat. What do you call it? White coat fever, or something like
I
that.
don't know, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think you get also street cred too because you made it out of the Pinta without ever getting inked up.
No, I wouldn't do that. I like. I never have a tattoo on me. It's a fad now. Um, I think some of these guys that do the work. What fascinates me, which is is the I'll go this is the Japanese yakuza where they have it there. You can't see it. It's under their collar, under the long sleeves, and everything. That's fascinating. That culture fascinates me because it's perfection. But like what you see around floating around every day, you see some beautiful work. I mean, some of these artists, it's fantastic how they can do that. But as far as that, it's just a fad. I would never, nothing on me, not ever.
When I'm judging someone,
Mm.
usually men. This says a lot
And
about
that
me and my
is,
relationship to masculinity. No, it's when like some white dude from Alabama has fucking Samoan ink on him and he has no relationship to that culture.
well, I've never seen that, but
I'm just using it as an example, but I'm like, dude, if it doesn't represent your culture, like
if I were to see something like that, I wouldn't. First, I don't know what a lot of it is, the significance of each of the images. But if someone were to tell me that, I think they would either ran with them, grew up with them, or close to them in a sense. It's just like when I see. I use this for an instance. The white guys running with Mexicans. They have I don't see, or black guys running with Mexicans, or vice versa, any of that. I don't judge them for it. I just, okay, they're in there. They respect the culture. They respect the way they are. Okay, come on. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like, but I see what you're saying. It just doesn't, it's a mismatch in probably what you're feeling. They just don't belong in there. You stick to your own culture. That's a little, some might say racist. I wouldn't say that.
I don't think
it's
that.
Harsh word to use. I just being judgmental, like you say.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Okay, not to cut you off, I'm just getting so many thoughts. So because I want to listen to this in 100 years when you pass, many, 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 many years from now. You were a truck driver for, was it 40 years exactly?
47 years.
47 years. It's insane.
I still hold a valid Class 1 license.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, are you going to renew it just for funsies?
I'm gonna run it till 2027 till my license.
Yeah.
Is invalid.
Dad, 47 years is a Uranus cycle in astrology. That's crazy. That's a full Uranus cycle, nearly, but half. Wow, astrology always hits, guys. You've traveled all over the country. Have you, like, do you feel like certain cities have different spiritual energies to them? Because you will be the first person to say that Los Angeles is a shithole.
Oh, that's a dump. Any major city is a dump.
Yeah.
Any of them. They have real nice areas, venues, but being a truck driver, you seldom go to the real nice areas. You're always in the shitholes. The nice areas, they're away from, the Main Street industrial. It's the market or industry. You may have a nice place outside of town, but the majority of it's in there shitty places. That's just the way it is. It goes with the territory. But I used to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I used to really enjoy it. There was times when just before I retired, there was certain runs that I liked. I enjoyed it. Not in the city, when I used to go out in the country, get out of here, get out, spend the night somewhere. I was a line driver. I enjoyed that. I always enjoyed that. To get away from, just take off.
Would you say that people there are a little bit different though? Like the energy is just different in the cities, LA, just a different breed.
Just every city's a little bit different. Yeah. Yeah. But I like the smell of the city, as crazy as it sounds. It does have a certain smell to it.
Yeah.
An aroma to it. I mean, the cooking and the sewers, the river. I mean, it does have an appeal to it. It never. we used to load in right there in Skid Row, and I was in the lousiest parts of town. A lot of guys are afraid. It never bothered me.
Yeah.
Never. I used to sleep down there downtown LA, right in Skid Row was one block over, and I never had a problem with any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the Mexicans, the blacks, the whites, the Asians, nothing. It's just one big melting pot. They're all there. There's some, some that are kind of crazy, but it has an allure to it.
Yeah, I was thinking just because, like, you've never been fearful of that. I'm not fearful of those that are homeless. I had a past life. I had one, and it was because
I feel bad for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay,
I
here's
feel awful.
some of them I think actually want to be in that position. I'm not going to undermine
Some of them
all of
like it.
that.
Some of them
like it.
They do.
I also think they have such a different relationship to a higher power. Like, I actually think a lot of them might even be more closer to the divine than those who have their needs met in basic ways.
Possibly.
And I just have, like, a soft spot for those types of people that are homeless, that don't have, they're it's hand to mouth. They're not wondering how they're going to be fed, and they're fully in receiving mode. But I think for me, what I'm really interested and curious about from that perspective is just how they move through life. And again, past life for me, you guys. But yeah, I just kind of feel like people in cities and, like, your location, it very much, not always, but I do think it can affect your relationship to the divine because it's your environment.
Can.
Mhm.
I mean, you could be angry.
Yeah.
Blame it on somebody other than yourself. I mean, there's a lot of factors come into that. Yeah, easy to do. I think we're all guilty. I'm not going to say all, but I think a lot of people are guilty of that, being angry. Why did you do this? What did I do to deserve this?
What do they
And
call that?
excuse me, Doc. Those are all blessings, believe it or not.
Ah, don't tell me that. You sound like my shaman. She says it's righteous indignation, and I'm just like, I don't want to hear it. Why is that a blessing?
Well, well, it just is. I believe a lot of it is. I'm starting
Mm,
to think about that. I wouldn't want to be in that. I mean, I kind of,
no.
I know, but um, who knows what God? I know that I've said this countless times, and I'll continue to say, they're going to a better place.
Mm,
And it's sad that you see them there. What bothers me the most there is they see that, and a lot of the people they turn a blind eye to. They, meaning the people with the powers to be, that up there in Sacramento and Washington and all that. They talk a good line. They say a lot of good shit. What people want to hear. In other words, they're giving good lip service, and then after it's all done, well, the camera's off and everything. They don't give a shit about these people. They don't. They know that half of these people that are out there, they're non-voters. They're not going to go to vote. A lot of them.
mm,
It's just they're just pawns that
yeah.
they use. That's what they are.
So, okay, I have two more questions for you before we wrap up, which I can't even believe it's almost been an hour.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think aliens live in the ocean?
I do not.
Do you think they're only in space?
I think they're in a different dimension. I don't know. Do I think they can go into the ocean and whatnot? I can't. I think. Every time you see a picture of a UFO, now
Mhm.
then you're never going to get this out of your mind. I'm going to tell you a couple things you're never going to get out of your brain. Once.
Okay.
Every time they say in outer space a UFO, it's always a disc.
Mhm.
Why is it a disc?
I don't know.
Okay. I think it's a different dimension.
I think they're here.
I think they're. It's just a different dimension. Could be angels, like you say, fallen angels. Could
Mm,
be.
I think mermaids are the children of fallen angels. I think they've literally, what do they call them?
They're
Nephilim?
the Nephilim.
Yeah.
Those
Mhm.
were those I believe fallen angels had a relationship with human women, and Nephilim were born.
Which are the
They
sirens,
are giants.
mermaids.
I don't know if they're mermaids, and that can't be. I mean, I've been out there a lot of times in the ocean. I haven't seen a mermaid. They're not exactly the nicest of individual creatures. If they're alive, they're not nice in
No,
any
they're
way.
not. No,
They're
they're
not.
not
No,
actually.
no, they're
But
not.
Dad, have you heard of the Mariana Trench?
I have. It's the deepest trench in the world.
Yeah, you can't tell
Yes.
me that there's not aliens down there.
What possibly? I mean, like we said, if there are aliens, yes, they can. It's a different dimension.
Like, there's a reason humans can't breathe in water. We're not supposed to be there.
Well, of course.
Like, it just was not for what we were designed to do, because who knows what's down there.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is completely off track. You're never going to get this out of your. If I tell you, people that pay heed what I say. You know, you're watching a movie and people have up close, and they're talking to one another close by. It looks like the camera angle, like looking at one another.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
No.
They're looking at the cue cards on the side and reading off cue cards.
Oh,
just look at that.
So they need help doing their job.
This off the wall. Shit, my mind is racing somewhere else.
Is this how a Virgo thinks?
Yeah. That's the way I think. I don't know about the rest of them, but that's the way I think.
It's interesting you said that, and I was having an intrusive thought. It's like, Gabby, are you going to share this? And that's like, yeah, why not? I've told you this before. Part of the reason that I don't do drugs, specifically weed, is because I have intrusive thoughts about how I'm going to stab someone when I'm high.
Well, you need to get off.
That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't do it.
You need to stay off that shit.
I don't.
If that's a thought, you need to stay off all that stuff. You don't need that. Have you walk down the street and want to kill half the people that are walking by you?
Drugs and ayahuasca are different, but I would also say...
No, it's not any different. That's a hallucination. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
Peyote's worse than weed.
I don't have access to peyote, so... But I believe it.
It is.
What
it's a hallucinogen.
All of it is. But I know this too. My past life, which I know we're not on the same page about, I was brutally stabbed, violently stabbed. So I think that's probably why that intrusive thought comes in every once in a while. It's past life, Dad.
God, if you're thinking like that, you man. You're never going to find a husband.
Okay, so speaking of that. Okay, once upon a time, we were actually at the gym. Leslie was right there. And I was like, Dad, what does this dude look like? And you saw him.
Oh, when you asked me, yeah.
Yeah, you did. We're not going to share that. We'll share that in another episode if he ever shows up in this reality. But
I sign up for another one here just to find that out.
Well,
even though you're in the next room, I'm not going to pry. If you care to tell me, I'll listen. But I'm not going to pry.
You already know. You are. I'm like, you already know what this person looks like, so it's not like I could hide it.
Well, I understand, but I thought maybe you're telling me, not telling. You're telling what I say. You're talking to me in what now, Gabby?
Parables. My dad says I talk to him in parables. Okay, speaking of parables, last question for the audience.
Sure.
So my dad's really, really, really good at predictions. He's actually better at them than I am, believe it or not. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for the gifts. Actually, Mom has them too. I don't know that she wants to apply them as much or was needing to in this lifetime. But what is a prediction that you can give for the audience, for the listeners? It can be general. It can be the vibe for 2026. It can be whatever thoughts are coming to mind. What message is coming through to you that you feel either our audience or someone in the audience is needing to hear at this time?
What comes in really strong, which is hard for all of us, every single one of us, because it's fleeting, is just to be happy.
Oh, okay.
That comes in strong, and it's all of us, not just because happiness is a fleeting emotion. It's here and it's gone. It's up and down. That can just be happy.
I don't know if it's 100. Yeah, it's like you said. I don't know if you can 100% be that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all guilty of that, but that's what comes to mind.
Yeah.
Just be happy.
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a Cancer and you're moody and then you're just up and down and you know all about that because you have nothing but Cancerian women in your life.
Extremely moody.
I don't even feel bad. Like you signed up for it.
There you go.
Your mom, me, Nicole, Mom, Brianna's an exception.
Mom was...
She's a Cancer.
I know she was, but she probably was. I mean, she was great. I can't wait to see her.
In like 100 years from now. You're not going anywhere, Dad.
I don't know. It's up to God. Whenever he wants to snatch me off here, it's up to him. I'm not going to go off myself. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
That's
No,
not going to happen.
then you'd really have to come back.
I don't even think that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've been on my the lowest point in my life. I would never think, but now, no.
I don't think, and that's actually one thing that I agree with the Catholic Church. I don't think that you actually get going into purgatory or perdition or anything like that. But I do think if you off yourself, you have to come back.
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Yeah.
I am completely ignorant to that. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe, but then again, you know, I don't remember anything in my past life, if I even had one.
Mm.
I don't know if my soul has been here at another time. I mean, it may have. There's certain qualities in people that I admire. You know, certain structures, military stuff like that. More military than certain military. Yes, I admire that. Certain types of police force, not certain type of law enforcement. I really admire. Yes, and I do.
Yeah.
However, but I don't know. Maybe
We appreciate the structure. How's that?
Yeah, the structure of it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the honor.
Well done. See, it wasn't so bad. You did so good.
Thank you, daughter.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this.
Sure.
Oh, we can't wait to have you back on again.
Sure.
Love you.
I don't want to be a nuisance where they're getting bored of me. They say, "Oh, this guy, shut the button off."
and, until next time, love you, Dad. Thank you. See you.
See you
Bye.